Hi, friends. As we acknowledge the longest night of the year, the winter solstice, we also know that this night represents our own struggles, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. It is often seen as the longest dark night of the soul. So I wanted to invite you to share with me a practice, very simple, that will allow you to take about 15 minutes to focus on your time whenever you can, to check in with what you are carrying in this season. This is a very simple but effective way to look inward and to allow yourself to stop and notice where and how you are this day, tonight. We have so much that we're carrying with our families, our responsibilities, and the holidays alone. And then you layer on top of that the urgent and important work that we have in front of us, the pulls that often deplete us. Recently, I talked with some of you about and wrote about the concept of self-care not just being a good idea, but being mandatory. If we're going to be able to continue to show up for ourselves and for others without burning out, or instead of burning out, I realized it was time to practice what I preached, not just in self-regulating practices, but in the saying no to other options or even worthy pulls on my time and attention. These can be painful no's because these are things that matter. They matter to me and you. They're important and even urgent. But in order to do one thing at a time well, any given moment, we have to say no to other things. We can't stay in this perpetual urgency addiction. We need to take care of ourselves. So for this longest night, let's say no to distractions and give ourselves the gift of noticing and allowing, witnessing what we're carrying, and to give ourselves time to regulate ourselves, to try to find a place of balance and a self-caring reset. Will you do that with me? Okay. First, I want to ask you if you have any votives or candles of any size, of any kind. I invite you to go grab them before we start. You're going to need 5 of them. So see what you can find. Go ahead and pause this video and come back when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to take about 15 minutes and we're going to be noticing and naming what we're carrying one by one, how it's showing up in our lives, in our emotions, and in our bodies. So then we're going to do a practice of releasing and breathing to help move the energy through our bodies that we're holding, that have usually built up in us, frankly. And we're going to do that through deep breathing. We've talked about that before. So feel free to skip any part of this that doesn't feel organic to you or doesn't fit you right now. You may actually need to release some built up energy before you can even think about stillness. So if brisk walk or jumping or cycling or whatever helps you move energy, you might want to do that and then come back to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to name something that is stressing us, situation, and then we're going to look at the feeling. We're going to light a candle to allow us time to give that emotion our focus. And then we're going to breathe and move into the next hard thing and light another candle, etc. So as I mentioned, let's plan on about 5 areas of focus. And then we'll take time to light that candle, give it our attention. We're going to move into box breathing. I've talked about that once with you. While we keep our focus on the candle and that hard thing that we're holding. As a reminder, box breathing, remember to breathe in through your nose for a comfortable count but make it a deep one. Take an extra sip of air at the top of the breath, like that, and then hold it for a few seconds. Then exhale a little bit longer through your mouth till you reach the bottom of the breath. And remember to exhale an extra puff of air till your lungs are empty, and then hold for a few seconds. You're going to repeat this at a comfortable pace for you. You'll probably hear me breathing, but ignore my pace and do what feels good to you. I know it might feel strange at first, but it has a direct effect on your nervous system. It stimulates the vagus nerve and activates your parasympathetic nervous system so that you can get out of survival mode and come back to your thinking mind. Okay. If it is meaningful to you spiritually, you may want to imagine God's presence with you in this moment. Is Jesus there with you? How does God show up for you? Whatever serves. Okay, you ready? All right, first, let's get settled and comfortable. Make sure your back is supported. I don't even have mine. Make sure your feet are flat and grounded, whatever that looks like. You want to feel supported and comfortable in your chair. First, let's just take a full breath and let it just fall out. That feels good, doesn't it? Let's do another one. Now let's just do a little inventory. Do a full body scan, very slowly. What do you feel? Where are you holding tension? Go slowly down your body. Do you carry it in your shoulders or your solar plexus? A lot of people carry in their jaw. Can you identify emotions within that tension? Can you name them in general? Sad, angry, scared, grieving. Remember this inventory. We're going to use it in a minute. So once you identify your feelings, I want you to, during this time, go deeper and notice any shades of emotions that may be behind your normal defensive emotions. We tend to have pain behind anger. Try not to be judgmental. Just notice. And name it if you can. You ready? Here we go. Let's take a candle. And I'm going to speak out loud. You certainly don't have to, but there is power in saying it out loud. This is your first candle. Name your situation and your emotions around it. Just witness it. And when you feel ready, go into your deep breathing. We'll stay with this for a couple of minutes. I'm going to do this real time, so I'm not going to pause. So stay with me if you can. Frustration. As you're noticing this emotion and witnessing it, send love, send acceptance, validate your own emotion. What is another situation and emotions that are difficult that you're carrying? Give that your attention. You may find you have a whole bunch of emotions flooding you at once. Choose one and focus on that, just one. Fear. When you're ready, ask yourself, ask your body, what's a third emotion that you're carrying? Our emotions tend to increase until they get the attention they deserve. So this is your chance to validate and love yourself. All emotions are valid. Discouragement. Go back into those things that are bubbling up for you that you noticed at the beginning of this and ask your body to show you more. Go a little deeper about what you are experiencing and holding. Self-compassion is not self-indulgence. It's allowing what is. Hopelessness. One last time. Let's go deeper into your emotions, focusing on the candle and allowing your breathing to stay deep as you witness the hard things and feelings that you are holding. Love, when it is sent to what we're feeling, tends to neutralize the negative aspects of it, so that we can be honest about what we're feeling. Inadequacy. As we come to our last couple of rounds of breath, I invite you to do a breath prayer or affirmation. As you breathe in, say, when the world is too much, breathe out, I am enough for this moment. When the world is too much, I am enough for this moment. When you're ready, very, very gently allow your mind to return to the room, your breathing to return to normal. Open your eyes when you're ready. See what's around you. What do you hear? What do you see, smell? What do you feel? Notice your body. What is your body feeling? Were you able to attend to those things that you're carrying and trying to manage without judgment? If you couldn't, that's okay. Witnessing, noticing, and honoring where we are, allowing that, is in itself an act of great self-compassion and self-care. It allows your emotions and the energy they carry to move through and out of your body. It allows balance to return to stability. I hope that you'll give yourself times like this for self-care, especially during the holiday season. We all know how crazy it can get. Even when there's chaos in the world and stress in the work that we do, it is also true that good and love and grace are always working in our circumstances. Look for it. Look around. See it. I'd like to leave you with this poem from the beautiful poet Anne Weems. She wrote this, entitled, "I No Longer Pray for Peace." On the edge of war, 1 foot already in, I no longer pray for peace. I pray for miracles. I pray that stone hearts will turn to tender-heartedness and evil intentions will turn into mercifulness. And all the soldiers already deployed will be snatched out of harm's way, and the whole world will be astounded onto its knees. I pray that all the God talk will take bones and stand up and shed its cloak of faithlessness and walk again in its powerful truth. I pray that the whole world might sit down together and share its bread and its wine. Some say there is no hope, but then I've always applauded the holy fools who never seem to give up on the scandalousness of our faith, that we are loved by God, that we can truly love one another. I no longer pray for peace. I pray for miracles. Anne Weems. Friends, may joy and gratitude surround you this season. May you find calm. Grace and peace to you. You are not alone. Good night.